Yeah!
Electro Harmonix B9 pedal, as you have probably just worked out, this is a pedal that you can plug your guitar into and make yourself sound like an organ. It's kind of cool.
I sound like an organ anyway, Lee.
Oh, that's very true. So what you can see on here is it's a completely polyphonic pedal, which means you can play chords or single notes. It's not MIDI, it's an effect, so there's no real tracking issue as such with this. Anyway, look, you've got 9 different types of organ, as you can see on the screen now, if you have a little look, and we'll whiz through those in a minute. You've got 2 outputs, a dry and an organ sound. Now, it's a little bit confusing, this one, because the organ output sound blends both the dry and the organ together. So we're plugged into the Fender with the organ output. So if I turn the organ down and the dry up and Rob plays, you'll just hear a guitar sound. And if I turn that down and the organ up, you'll hear the organ sound. And of course I can then blend the two if I want to, like this. If I use the dry output on the side here into a separate amplifier, that's like an always on. So what we've done here is got some gain. We've got gain coming out the silverback, organ only coming out the Fender, and that's what it sounds like. The modulation button, or knob rather, is if Rob lets a note. You can hear. The click button adds a kind of a percussive click to the beginning of the note to sort of simulate. You just add that to taste. Now, I'm just going to literally spend like 15-20 seconds on each of the organ tones. If Rob wants to add the silverback in, if he feels it's appropriate, he can.
I don't think it's appropriate, as much as I love my baby.
I still think if you play
having the pedal is wrong.
Anything Deep Purple, I think, would work with the silverback in the background. So let's go, fat and full. You really do, and it's a little bit like some of those sort of Roland MIDI synth pedals that you get. You can't play, you have to adapt your playing style to
because
play
what
like
I
an
can't
organ.
be doing is like because it doesn't, bending isn't an organ thing.
No, and even vibrato isn't really an organ thing. I mean,
and as much as it tracks well, it won't. It didn't track that at all.
No.
So it can be. But it isn't for that.
It's not. I
It's
think
for chords.
Yeah, and the issue isn't so much that it's not tracking it as such, in that the note isn't being given a
An
chance
organ
to kind of.
doesn't do that. An organ won't be able to play that fast.
Yeah.
Because it has to push air through.
Yeah.
There are valves in place and it takes time. So it isn't built for that. It's not a failing of the pedal.
Yeah.
It's reproducing accurately what an organ would do.
So-
but for things like...
Even strumming a chord sounds, because you wouldn't if you're
No,
playing
you
the
have
organ.
to then it has to happen at the
Yeah,
same
it
time.
happens all at the same
so what I'm
time,
being
so-
careful not to do is don't do this. But what you should do is this. Yeah, the same. And also, I occasionally will do vibrato on a chord, but
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Well, you
Organs
just
don't
shouldn't do
vibrato.
that. Yeah, it's just sound.
Give me a Hammond then. Give me a
That's
full
great.
on like.
Well, this is the this is classic rock, so this is probably as close to Hammond. So this is a cathedral organ.
It's so much fun to do this, by the way.
A continental organ.
That sounds pitch
Whatever that
shifted.
is. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that
Heavily
sounds.
pitch shifted.
Ah,
And then finally a bell organ.
a what?
Bell. There's a decorator's organ, especially in the. Octaves. I quite like this one, number 6.
Okay. What happens if you put a distorted guitar through it then?
It says in the manual not to do anything like that.
Oh.
It said basically it doesn't. The B9 doesn't want to go through an effects loop. It doesn't want to have any kind of pedals in front of it. It wants the bridge pickup straight into this, and it wants a decent output from the bridge pickup as well.
Oh, well, I wasn't on the bridge pickup. I was in the middle position.
Well,
Not for all of it. For a lot of it, I was on the bridge pickup.
Yeah, I
but
think
for
from
this.
from a.
I guess what they mean is they want the brightest,
Yeah, they
clearest
just want the
signal,
clearest, brightest signal.
so it can read and everything, yeah.
I guess you could put this into a distortion pedal, and then just get distorted organ. But I don't know if that would sound very nice, would it? I suppose, yeah, people used to put their Hammonds into like Fender Twins and stuff like that, didn't you? So you'd get a bit of a cranky sort of distorted sound. Anyway,
I'm loving this gravity pick.
It's you love gravity picks, don't you?
Yeah, I do, and I'm loving this.
Just so you know, when you come to the Andertons website and go, I'm going to buy one of those B9 pedals, please bear in mind this is the hottest selling pedal of the year so far. Yesterday, a box of 40 of these arrived, and I went to go and grab one to do a video about half an hour ago, and there are 6 left. So we are getting through a truckload of these, and I suspect Mr. Mike Matthews of Electro Harmonix is going to make enough money out of these to keep himself in Cuban cigars for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I like
Long
Mike.
may that be.
He's a cool guy.
So yes, well done, Electro Harmonix. That's a cool pedal.
Yes.
I'll put a link on, in the description below, so you can just click on that and go and find out some more technical information about it if you want to.
Competitors, things like the Pog.
Not really. I mean, Pog is like a sub-harmonic thingy.
Yeah.
They do a microsynth, which I guess is kind of...
Who makes Pog?
Similar. Electro Harmonix.
That was my joke.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, well done. No, that's fine.
Sorry.
Well, I'm Rob.
Very cool. And I am Jennifer... No.
You're not Jennifer
No,
Lawrence.
I'm not. I'm the captain.
Bye.
Bye.